Mark Henry back on the On Your Mark Show, 105.4 RPW, PDPostRadio.com. Each week powered and sponsored by Epic Sports Apparel. And also on the On Your Mark Show YouTube channel. Got a special guest coming in from East Texas, Beast, Texas. He is Aeryn Hampton, one of the top cornerbacks, top 5 cornerbacks in some publications and rankings in the class of 2024. He plays on both sides of the ball, but he gets his big time ability, makes his big plays on defense. 5'10", 180 pounds, got some interest from some colleges, which is great. Notre Dame, Tennessee, Florida State, TCU, Arizona State, just to name a few, have been knocking on this man's door and reaching out to him. So we're going to have him on the show, talk a little football, talk about Daingerfield first, and we'll go into 7-on-7 and what he's looking forward to here in the spring. Come on in, Arian. How you doing, man?
What's up?
Man, I'm good, man. See, you just came in from a late night workout, right?
Yes, sir.
So let's jump right into it. Daingerfield's one of the perennial powers in the state of Texas. Definitely always in the mix coming out of East Texas. Let's talk about last season a little bit. 28 tackles on defense, 2 tackles for loss, interception. You seem to be having a nose for the ball. Talk about that a little bit.
I feel like I had a great year last year. You know, I backed up my uncle, so those guys got to learn from him. So I feel like next year coming in, then I just got to go harder. And I got to be a leader for like a team, and I got to like do more because we got a lot of people leaving. So I got to do more for the team and help the team out.
Most definitely, and you're doing it. I mean, now let's talk about defense first. What are some of the things that you're working on as a defensive back to get better?
I got to work on my feet, my hips, and my speed, and I really just got to work on reading the like having my eyes on his hips. That's one thing that I've been working on a lot. It's like I'm going to the field, I'm doing one-on-ones. I'm just like training my eyes on the hip more than I used to. So I feel like I'm getting better at like press coverages and so I feel like I'm getting better at pressing and reading the receiver's hips.
Now, how important for a defensive back is footwork? You mentioned working on trailing him on his hip, getting your eyes, connected with the receiver and then also with the quarterback. But footwork is key as far as your back pedal and being in space.
Mm-hmm. I feel like that footwork, you got to have good footwork to be a DB because if you line up against a faster receiver than you, your footwork, you might not be fast, but your footwork can help you. You know what I'm saying? Your technique and your footwork can help you like guard the dude. So I feel like footwork is very important. Like when you playing a receiver or a receiver that's better than you.
Most definitely. Sometimes footwork and makeup speed, closing speed is what makes the difference. Now, what kind of mentality do you go in with as a defensive back? Sometimes you get beat, sometimes you make a play, but sometimes when you get beat, you have to put that away. What's your mentality back there on the back end?
When I go into you mean like when I go into a game, like
when you're going into a game in a situation, you're covering a receiver. Let's take 3rd and 10 for example. What are your thoughts? It's 3rd and 10. Let's say we're inside the 20. You're playing man. You got this guy. You're on the side by himself. You're on your island by yourself. Give me your mindset.
First, I'm gonna take away his inside. Then I'm gonna get physical with him. I'm gonna jam him. I'm gonna get physical with him. So I'm gonna take away his inside, and then it's just I'm gonna use my technique, my hands, and I'm gonna stop him. Yeah.
Most definitely, Aeryn Hampton, class of 2024, one of the top defensive backs in the state of Texas. Now let's jump on the offensive side. You're an athlete. Now you make your money on the defensive side, but you also get some snaps on the offensive side. How does defense help you on the offensive side?
Like you said, your footwork, everything, and then playing both sides of the ball. It's basically conditioning. So it's basically gonna get you right, so you ain't gonna be tired. And then like your footwork, your hips, everything, that all helps when you're on the defense side of the ball. And when you're on the offensive side of the ball, like how a receiver can beat you, so you probably can know how to beat that receiver. So it helps in a lot of ways.
Now, watching some of the film from last year, you jump in the wildcat, you can jump in the slot. You're very versatile. When you got your ball in your hands, what's your mentality there?
First, I didn't really get that many reps till we had a veteran quarterback. So every time I got the ball in my hands, I tried to do something with it. So, that's like I'm originally a quarterback, right? So I never this is my first year playing DB ever. So I just tried to get on the field really, and I just went hard.
Most definitely, you went hard to 28 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, a pick, and a fumble recovery in your freshman year. That's saying something. You've been making big strides here on the 7-on-7 circuit here in the spring, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Now, let's talk about Daingerfield now. This is one of the top programs that we mentioned that at the beginning. Historically, you guys have been state champs. In the 80s, you had one of the best teams in the nation, not just in the state of Texas. Tell me what it's like playing for Daingerfield.
It's really a small town, so like everybody know each other. So you basically like, if you come to Daingerfield and like you from Daingerfield, you gonna be like, oh, it's small. But like we really got like a lot of dogs down here, you know. So I mean, yeah, we got some good fans too. So yeah, Daingerfield really cool.
Man, definitely. You guys are on the map. Now take us to the day with Aeryn Hampton. You going to school now. You got to work out like you did today. What do you do on a day-to-day basis? And a couple of your favorite subjects in school.
So first, when I wake up, I'll go brush my teeth, you know, put on some clothes. I don't really like dress up. I just wear like some sweats and a jacket. You know, I drive. So then when I get to school, I just go to my first period class. I go through all my classes, and then I got athletics. And then some days I'll stay after school to go to the weight room. Some days I just go home and go to sleep. And then that's really it. I just eat and go to sleep. And then some days I even lift at home. So I don't just lift at school. Like if I'm not lifting at school, I'm gonna be lifting at home. So that's really it. I really just lift with my uncle.
Now you mentioned your uncle. You mentioned backing him up last year. Tell me what it's like to play with a close relative like that. A lot of times, you know, in smaller towns and even on any team, you know, you get a chance to play with a relative like that, and that makes you go harder as well. Correct?
Yeah. Yeah, sir. Yeah, it's really. I mean, you know, we always talk the trash to each other. So I mean, it's really like it's hard backing on my uncle, but like, you know, he was a senior, so I feel like, you know, it was good backing him up. But you know, next year gonna be my year. You know, I'm being a spotlight, so I just gotta go harder.
Most definitely, Aeryn Hampton, athlete, DB, anything on the offense. When he gets his hands on the ball, he's lightning in a bottle from Daingerfield High School. Now let's talk about 7-on-7 a little bit. I had a chance to where we kind of saw you playing for Iconic this spring, and you're going to be playing some more 7-on-7 with the high school going into the summer. So tell me about playing with Iconic first.
Iconic, it's playing with them is good because like since I'm in 3A, like we don't really play against spread teams. We play against like triple option teams. So when I'm playing 7-on-7, like that's where I get my money at. That's where like all the all the media, you know, all them see me. So like if somebody say that I can't play, like I can't cover, I don't play nobody good at receiver. Like when I go to 7-on-7, that's where I play all the good dudes. So I feel like that's like 7-on-7, that helps me because like in the real game, we don't really play spread teams. We play triple option teams. So I feel like playing with Iconic is good because that helps me.
Most definitely, you get to see some different type competition, and you know, it's dog on dog. How does that raise your level of play when you got this dog in front of you guarding him? What are you trying to do there?
Oh, first, you know, me, I feel like I'm the most physical dude like in 2024. I feel like nobody's more physical than me. So I feel like what I'm gonna do if I'm guarding him, I feel like I'm gonna get in his head, I'm gonna talk, and I'm gonna get physical with him. Cause like that's what I do. Like that's what I do. So I'm gonna get physical with him.
Most definitely. And playing on this type of level of competition, how does that help you when you go back to playing with Daingerfield?
Oh, it helps a lot. You know, we really like Daingerfield is like, I feel like we're an underrated team, really. Because I feel like the dudes at Daingerfield is some better than some of the 4 stars, the 5 stars at 7-on-7. I feel like they just don't got that recognition. So I feel like it's not really a difference. I feel like that the kids at Daingerfield is better. Like they just don't got that recognition. So I feel like it's not too much of a difference playing with Daingerfield in 7-on-7.
Most definitely.
Because Daingerfield.
Go ahead, man.
Daingerfield, we play like we play spread. So you know, I'm gonna be guarding like the outside receivers. So I feel like it's not really much of a difference.
Most definitely, but even though it may be 3A, to guys that really know ball, Daingerfield's been on the map for a while. You guys make deep playoff runs on a regular basis, and you can drop a quarter in any part of East Texas and come up with talent. You can look at you guys, Carthage as well, state championship on the 4A level. I mean, you guys are putting in that work, and it's good to see you guys come out and get that exposure at some of these bigger tournaments that guys like myself are scouting and covering. And that's how you get that recognition. So, kudos to you. Shout out to Iconic for letting you get that exposure, because you need it. Guys need it, even though the bigger guys, the 6A and 5As, in the DFW area, Houston, San Antonio, Austin, they may get that type of coverage, but you guys are putting in and work. And that's one reason we had to reach out and get you on the show and talk to you a little bit, just to show that, it's not just about the big schools, it's about the little guys as well. And you come in and right now you've been matching up with these guys this spring, and you got a lot of eyes on you. And kudos to your work ethic and keep grinding. Now let's talk about college a little bit. You're getting some interest from a few colleges. What can we look forward to Aeryn Hampton in the future? What kind of player and student are they going to be getting?
I feel like they're going to be getting a good student, actually, I feel like if I do go to college, I'm going to just go in, try to contribute, try to start as a freshman. I'm going to just go in and go hard, really. So
most definitely.
But any college that's getting me, I'm gonna be a dog. So
most definitely. And you're proving that week to week out on the 7-on-7 circuit. The film speaks for itself. And heading into the 2021 season in the fall, we definitely have eyes on you. We're definitely looking for big things out of you. Now, before we get out of here, go ahead and kick some shout outs to some of the people that's helped you get to this point. Kick a shout out to moms, dad, to who's been hanging out with you. And then also give your social media, your huddle, so everybody can check your film out as well.
First off, I want to shout out my mom, and God, because without my mom, I wouldn't really be here, so she done did everything for me. Second, I want to shout out my coaches. Well, third, basically, because, my mama got third. I want to shout out my coach. Without my coaches, training me and stuff, I won't be here. And then fourth, I want to shout out my uncle Alex, and my uncle Michael. Without them either, I wouldn't be none. So, them about 4 or 5 people that been really been really with me, so. And then my Instagram, you can go follow me at 8_T-Long. And then my holder is Aeryn Hampton. Yeah.
All right. There you have it. One of the top cornerbacks, DBs. He's an athlete as well, but he's making a mark and rising up the rankings, and he's got eyes on him on the defensive side. Check him out. Go follow him on Twitter. Go follow him on IG. He is a top prospect here in the state of Texas. He is on the On Your Mark show and the On Your Mark YouTube channel and on 105.4 RPWP, thepulseradio.com. We'll take a small break and we'll be right back.
Thank you.